In the dry, oppressive heat of early June, the Coconino County Courthouse remained motionless. The courthouse was cold, sterile, and crowded with onlookers, but the desert sun above Flagstaff poured like molten gold over the pale adobe facade. This was reckoning, not only a trial. Legacy was at stake here. Robyn Brown's visage was chiseled and unreadable as she sat rigidly at the defense table. Her makeup was beautifully done, not for vanity but for armor, and she wore a silky navy blouse with pearls barely visible at the throat. She hardly blinked when the lawyer whispered something in her ear. She didn't take her eyes off the courthouse doors. On the arrival, because it was impossible to reverse what was about to happen. Not right now. Meri and Janelle were seated on the other bench, separated by an unspoken bond. Once separated, rivals or ghosts in each other's life, they now sat side by side, forged into something new through treachery. Calm came naturally to Janelle. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. She appeared to be the woman who had witnessed too much to be disturbed now, with her blonde hair pushed back and her glasses resting low on her nose. Additionally, Meri was fire. There was now a virtuous fire behind her eyes since she had lost too much and been rejected too many times. With a call, the bailiff said, "All rise." The courtroom was filled with a murmur. Phones stopped working. Spectators froze. Reporters bent forward. Judge Rebecca Valdez, tall, silver-haired, and keen-eyed, walked in like the embodiment of gravity. She was able to control the room without speaking. After giving each group a quick glance, she took a seat behind the bench. Let's get started. The prosecution stood up. With a folder in hand, the lead lawyer, Loretta Crane, who had the voice of someone who has heard too many lies to be impressed by another, stood. "We will demonstrate, Your Honor, that Mrs. Robyn Brown lied under oath, that Mr. Cody Brown willfully helped with this endeavor, and that she disguised marital and family assets through a pattern of deceit involving her husband and children." Robyn's mouth twitched, but she remained silent. Video footage was the first strike. A TLC clip that had never been seen before, obtained by subpoena. As the video played, the room grew darker. After a production wrap, Robyn was sitting on her porch drinking coffee when the blurry handheld shot started. She had no idea that the cameras were still in motion. "We couldn't retain the Sedona property in our name," Robyn remarked, laughing. "Brianna had to be used. If not, Meri and Janelle would assume it was a crazy aspect of the family trust." The incriminating clip went on. "Cody and I made the decision to move it covertly. If someone inquires, we'll explain that it's for her education fund." The hush in the courtroom was oppressive. The sound of a reporter's pen clicking felt excessively loud. Robyn's face lost its color. Her attorney got up fast. "Objection," calmly Judge Valdez declared. "Overruled. Go on." A sworn deposition that Robyn had provided only weeks before was then presented by the prosecution. "I have never asked my children to hold property for me or redirected family assets," she had stated, her voice strong and her eyes direct. In the trial, the inconsistency was a weapon. A purposeful lie. It had also been captured on video. Meri briefly closed her eyes, not because she was in agony, but rather because she was so happy that the lies had finally been exposed. Jaw clenched, Janelle gazed straight ahead, seemingly holding back the years of sorrow that lay hidden in quiet. Janelle was the next witness. She took cautious, methodical movements toward the stand. A huge binder of evidence was in her hands. She seated, took the oath, and spoke while staring straight into the jury's eyes. "For almost 30 years, I was spiritually married to Cody Brown," she started. "I brought up 6 kids in this household. I believed that all of the spouses and children were receiving equal support from the family account. I was unaware that Robyn and Cody had formed separate LLCs without informing any of us. Each bank statement, wire transfer, and tax document that Loretta Crane led her through was more startling than the one before. Robyn and her brother Paul had set up a number of corporate organizations through which nearly $500,000 had been transferred. They had never told Janelle. Meri was absent from both. They transferred the assets of the jewelry company, the Sedona home, and even a sizable amount of the TLC income into accounts that I never had access to, Janelle claimed. "I was told I was overreacting when I asked." "And who informed you of that?" "Cody." Robyn as well. A collective breath of incredulity and growing indignation caused the room to move. Meri followed. In the past, Meri Brown had been the wife who concealed her suffering behind practiced grins and aloofness. She was unflinching today, though. Her evidence was incisive and poignant, revealing a wound with every sentence. "I was told I wasn't trying hard enough for years," she recalled. "That the issue was me. However, it wasn't me who was secretly moving assets. I wasn't the one fabricating false business fronts or altering actions. It was me who was shut out." She produced emails, signed documents, and her accountant's comments as proof. The recording follows. "With your consent, Your Honor, I would like to play an audio recording from a family money meeting that was made in late 2022. The magistrate gave a nod. The speakers in the courtroom came alive. Robyn's voice was hauntingly clear. "Just use Meri's LLC, Cody. She has no idea what it's for. Let's assume she handled the taxes improperly, and we'll handle it from there." Meri did not flinch. When Robyn realized the game was finished, she did it quickly and erratically, her lips slightly parted. Her secrets had been revealed. With his arms crossed and his face expressionless, Cody sat in the gallery behind the defense bench. However, a redness had crept into his ears and grown up his jawline. This was unexpected. Loyalty, he believed, would keep them quiet. However, they had lost their loyalty. The judge spoke calmly but sharply as she leaned forward. "Do you have an explanation for this recording, Mrs. Brown?" Robyn's lips quivered as she attempted to speak. "I was kidding," she muttered. Crane moved forward. "And the transfers of property? What about the bank accounts?" "The 3 LLCs. Robyn's response was to remain silent. The prosecution took a break. The media hysteria had already started outside. Live updates were being posted by reporters from People, TMZ, and every celebrity blogger on the internet. The hashtags #CodyFraud and #RobynLies were popular. The judge turned to Cody and sighed. She answered, "You can come to the bench." Cody got to his feet slowly, his motions rigid and artificial. He wasn't a reality TV star or a patriarch for the first time. He was merely a man, vulnerable, old, and possibly helpless for the first time in decades. The judge's gaze grew strained. "Mr. Brown, you will be referred to the Arizona Attorney General's office for a criminal investigation into tax evasion and multi-party fraud based on the testimony and documented evidence. Although you are not currently being charged, that could change after review." Meri took a deep breath. Janelle's mouth opened, but she remained silent. She didn't have to. There was a flurry of paper, whispers, and gasps in the courtroom. Robyn burst into tears. Raw, gasping sobbing, not the soft ones she cried on camera. Her carefully maintained poise crumbled, and her shoulders trembled. It wasn't sorrow. It was fear. Meri muttered something while leaning in close to Janelle. Janelle gave a slow nod. As the judge adjourned the courtroom, they stood together. Cameras and microphones flashed as the doors opened. Reporters rushed forward. "How does it feel to be vindicated at last, Meri? Will you file charges, Janelle? What does this signify for Sister Wives' future?" Janelle moved forward. She spoke clearly. "For the benefit of the family, we made an effort to remain silent for years. However, being silent allowed the lies to spread." Meri trailed behind. "This is more than just a TV program. This was our existence. It was also modified. That is no longer what we do." Robyn was silently led out behind them. No longer shielded by title or myth, Cody followed her. Meri and Janelle left the courthouse as women who had at last found their voice, rather than as wives, for the first time in years. And there's more. Cody Brown's future on Sister Wives is questionable due to the breakdown of his polygamous household, which includes a series of divorces and disputes with his kids. Although Cody's multiple marriages to spouses Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, Christine Brown, and Robyn Brown were first chronicled on the show, Cody's narrative has taken an unexpected turn in more recent seasons. As the only wife to leave the family since it started over 30 years ago, Christine made her decision to divorce Cody public in season 17. Cody and Robyn were left monogamous after Janelle, and Meri also divorced shortly after. Robyn has frequently been seen as the cause of the family's demise. In season 1, she wed Cody, upsetting the equilibrium that Meri, Janelle, and Christine had worked so hard to establish over the years. At first, Robyn was a wonderful addition to the family, but the other spouses felt neglected because of her special bond with Cody. Cody emphasized their small children over the 13 he shared with his former wives, and he spent the majority of his time with Robyn. This led to Cody's separation from the majority of his older relatives, as well as the dissolution of his previous marriages to kids. In the early seasons of Sister Wives, the Brown adults got along well, but as the family disintegrated, it became clear that Robyn and Cody's relationship was a major cause of conflict. Robyn's monopolization of Cody's time and separation from the rest of the family has been acknowledged by Meri, Janelle, Christine, and several of their children. None of Cody's former spouses are involved with Robyn due to their tumultuous past. The separation at the memorial service for Cody and Janelle Brown's son, Garrison Brown, the divisions among the family were more evident than ever. In Wyoming, where they had spent the summers on a ranch owned by Cody's family, the family buried Garrison. 6 months after Garrison's passing, the journey revealed how much had changed in just a few short years. While touring Wyoming, Cody and Robyn reflected on their time there and the beginning of Cody's career. In the meantime, Janelle's family celebrated and grieved Garrison's passing alongside Christine, her kids, and progress in reconciling with some of his children who are estranged. He explained that his daughter, Aspen Thompson, had discussed their alienation with him, resulting in a fruitful discussion that lessened some of their animosity. Robyn wasn't as supportive, but Cody seemed excited that he was gradually making amends with his kids. This backs up Cody's ex-wives and kids' allegations that Robyn is preventing him from making amends. The possibility would exist for Cody to film without Robyn. Robyn has undoubtedly had a difficult time dealing with the aftermath from Cody's divorces. She has had to put up with Cody's rage and confusion while also being accused of being the spark. During the Sister Wives one-on-one, Cody vented that he was sick of having to defend their relationship, demonstrating that he and Robyn are aware of their reputation for tanking. It was clear from the beginning of the show that Robyn detested filming. "I would rather get a root canal than be interrogated by host Sukanya Krishnan," she grumbled, asserted that the only enjoyable aspect of the trip would be the drive. Robyn said the snippets from previous episodes were disturbing, so she wouldn't watch them. Her demeanor demonstrated her refusal to accept responsibility and answer inquiries, which are inevitable in the context of reality television. Robyn's desire to avoid adding additional unhappiness to her marriage is understandable. Without Robyn, or even bringing up her marriage to Cody, Sister Wives might go on. Cody still has a tale to tell about his ex-wives, and it might be. Removing Robyn from the equation is advantageous for everyone. Sister Wives must find a new path going forward since the show is no longer about polygamy. As the plot shifted between Meri and Janelle's independence, Christine's recent marriage, Cody and Robyn's family, and different Brown children, the last few seasons have been jumbled. The wisest course of action for the program going forward is to refocus its attention on mending the damaged ties within the former family. At first, viewers tuned in to witness the intricate activities involving multiple families. Despite Cody's divorces, the Browns are still inextricably linked. Since all of Cody's ex-wives have children together, it is imperative that they continue to communicate openly and constructively. Those kids still require their father as adults. Only by taking action to mend those connections will Cody's reputation be restored after it was severely damaged by the way he treated his ex-wives and kids. Although Cody and Robyn have a deep love, it is tainted by a great deal of sorrow from the previous plural family. Without severing Robyn from his other connections, Cody cannot start to mend what's gone wrong. Robyn's absence from Sister Wives Season 20 would allow Cody to finally concentrate on healing and forgiveness. Christine Brown claimed to be embarrassed by her actions during her unsuccessful marriage to Cody Brown during Sister Wives Season 19. When she was married to the polygamous patriarch, she didn't like who she was. Cody and Christine were married in 1994. He had already gone down the aisle with Meri Brown and Janelle Brown when she decided to accompany him. His third wife was Christine, and 16 years later he married Robyn Brown, his fourth. Ultimately, Cody had 4 women and 18 kids, but the good times would come to an end. The Brown family was vanished by the time Sister Wives Season 19 debuted. Many of Cody's children were divorced, and 3 of his spouses had left the marriage, dispersed over the nation, hardly communicating with their father. In 2021, Christine became the first of Cody's spouses to file for divorce, opening a can of worms. In 2022, Janelle and Meri trailed her out the door. Christine thought back on her actions during her marriage to Cody on a recent episode. Continue reading to see why her actions throughout her marriage to Cody caused her embarrassment. Being in a polygamous marriage was something Christine detested. She ought to have been prepared. Christine was raised in a polygamous household long before she appeared on sisterwives.community. She actually hails from a well-known family, and there were rumors that Cody married her merely to gain influence. She didn't do well as a third wife, even though she should have understood exactly what she was entering into. Sharing her husband was something she detested. She detested the fact that her father wasn't home with her 6 kids every night. She detested feeling inadequate all the time. Christine's decision to ultimately leave Cody required a great deal of bravery. Season 19 of The Sister Wives. Star made every effort to keep her marriage intact. She once had a great love for Cody, and she had romantic ideas about her marriage that he would never be able to fulfill. Christine couldn't help but feel that Cody preferred Robyn to his previous spouses when they were married in 2010. The sentiment tormented her over the years, but she endured it for the benefit of her kids. The COVID-19 pandemic brought everything to a head. Robyn and Cody feared becoming ill so much that they established very stringent mitigation guidelines for the family. Even though Christine and her kids made an effort to abide by the regulations, Cody and Robyn never seemed to find it sufficient. Cody did not accompany Christine when she had to take 21-year-old Isabel Brown in for surgery on her scoliosis. Isabel wanted her father present, so it was heartbreaking. The marriage between Christine and Cody was about to end. In season 19 of Sister Wives, Christine described how much Cody valued appearance. Christine remarked, "Cody liked makeup. It seemed like you have to constantly always appear good. It was really important to him." She continued by sharing a story about a family camping trip. Robyn spent the entire morning applying cosmetics as Janelle and Christine worked to prepare breakfast and tidy up the mess. Even when camping, she had to appear flawless, which Cody subsequently commended. In his eyes, Christine never felt like she could measure up. Robyn has a different memory of the camping incident. She recalls being quite ill and throwing up the night before. She recalls seeing Janelle and Christine preparing breakfast the following morning when she was just attempting to get ready for the day. While applying cosmetics at the campsite, Robyn appears to be in excellent condition, according to footage from the Sister Wives camping trip episode. Robyn's appearance was a major factor in Cody's frequent accusations of favoring her. Christine's constant feelings of insecurity are not surprising. Christine thought back on her unsuccessful marriage to Cody in a recent Sister Wives season 19 episode. She mentioned how she used to wait for Cody to arrive by simply sitting around. She even went so far as to admit that her obsession with Cody was embarrassing. Christine met David, a widowed father of 8, when she was released from her multiple families. Shortly after divorcing Cody, Christine met David, and after a few weeks of dating, they were already looking at wedding venues. Before they moved in together, Christine and David dated for less than a year. The pair would tie the knot in an October 2023 wedding that was broadcast as a 2-part January Sister Wives special. Christine's children, and her ex-sister wife, Janelle, attended the wedding. Additionally present was David's enormous family, and the families appeared to get along well. Christine took a significant risk by leaving Cody, yet the universe gave her the life she had always desired. Christine has since made it her mission to inspire people to seek their own happiness. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.